Another red week, phone we're bleeding. Phones are ringing, bosses grieving. We build a market, they eat the fish. Wolves in suits and we eat a leash. I've been broke, burnt margin call. Watch rich men laugh while my charts all fall. So tonight ain't about charts or class. We taking the system, snatching it fast. Blueprint spread on a diner plate. Three of us hungry, hearts full of hate. Coffee cold, eyes wide, wide. By the opening bell, the street gon' slide. Mad slam fist, I'm done being prey. These hedge fund kings been eating our pay. I know a server downtown by the bay. We crack that vault, we gettin' our say. Piper smirks, laptop lit. Give me 2 hours, I can ghost the grid. I sip my cup, grin full of sin. Alright boys, let the chaos begin. No ski masks, just suits and nerves. We don't steal cars, we still reserve. Algorithm loaded, code and line. Gonna flip their flow and drain it fine. By sunrise, they'll blame the Fed while we stack bread on what they bled. One last drag, we split that bill. Heist in motion, hunters thrill.
Step through marble, badge fake, jaw tight. ID flash clean and fluorescent light. Janitor cart full of cables and code. Piper in the back running overload. Matt on the desk with a grin so sly. Energy drink stack shoulder high. Server room hum like a demon choir. Numbers post red, situation die. Yo Piper,
he says feed that scheme, flip that switch, crash that dream. I nod once, type that spark. Shots drip red, floor goes dark. Phone start melting, brokers swear. We ghost in the glitch, nobody there. Mac grabs, drives, laughs insane. Chaos my guy, we control the chain. Elevator drop, 16 floors. Briefcase heavy with digital wars. Fire alarm howling, lights go red. We slide through smoke where the brokers bled. Lobby guards sprint, pure confusion. We plan this crash like a stock illusion. Outside air tastes rich with fear. We blend in suits, disappear. Car in the alley, turbo hum. Mac count stacks while I chew gum. Yo chaos, he grins, we broke the mold. I said this is legacy bought and sold. Rear view glint, black sedans. Corporate hitters with briefcase plans. They box us in near the riverbed. 2 black cars, 10 suits descend. Bullets spark off, concrete skin. I shout no mercy, we cashing in. Matt lets loose, chrome percussion. Shells drop quick, pure repercussion. I duck behind bins, ain't precise. Whispers of smoke turn day to night. Piper in the van, patching fees. A loop in cans while the chaos bleeds. One guard drops, next one fall. Wall Street warfare, hearts ice cold. Mac clips one, tires shred. I like the trunk, gas going red. Fireball bloom like a Dow on crack. We dive in the ride, engine snaps back. Sirens distant, skyline shook. Profit in the bag and a ledger cook.
we cut uptown through a maze of chrome. Piper on calm, say the fees gone home. Traffic freeze, but the route all planned. Heli on the tail, but it lost our skin. Matt laughs loud, tosses we a roll. Chaos, we legends, bankroll sold. I said we ain't saints, but we played this clean. A couple bad trades in a perfect scheme. We hit the bridge, dump the place. GPS fried, escape through gates. Warehouse lights where the silence hums. We stack the cash till our fingers numb. 3 duffel bags, full digital gold. Cigar smoke thick, champagne cold. Mac clinks glass to the ones who lied. I grin back wide to the flip we ride. Piper smirks, laptop glows. Screen shows zeros, mission goal. We fade from sight, empire crack. 3 wolves, rich of the world off track. Fall, but the wolves still win. Ain't no honor when the charts collapse. Just 3 ghosts laughing over stacks.
Oh brother, oh brother, oh brother. Good morning, and happy Friday, happy Payday Friday, TGIF, folks. I hope you are ready for a good one today, because not only are we giving away cold hard cash. We're giving away some accounts, and we're watching the stock market, I guess, completely just devolve. Stocks are crashing. Crypto is plummeting. As I said in the video last night, vibes are at an all-time low. But we're going to be breaking it down today. I know it's easy to lean into that negative emotion. But remember, when it comes to the market, when it comes to our favorite form of degenerate gambling, the best way to keep your head above water is to just react to the bull case and the bear case and pay attention to whatever is playing out. So I get the fact that we're seeing a lot of red right now is probably getting a lot of people to have that knee-jerk reaction of, oh, I got to be bearish. But I'm going to point out a couple of things of how maybe the bull camp lost the battle of 6,800 on SPX, but they haven't necessarily lost the war. So what I'll be doing, not only going over the news and doing the Payday Friday and that stuff today, but I want to be breaking down exactly where we could look at both the bull and bear case. I get it. Right now, there's a lot of red. There's a lot of blood on the streets, but that doesn't mean it's a foregone conclusion that we're going to keep going. Obviously, depending on whatever time frame you're paying attention to, trends can change on a moment's notice. So my goal really to prep us all up for today is to be able to pay attention to, okay, like how do we know if the bear trend might continue, or how do we know that if the bear trend is running out of steam, maybe is there a good dip buy opportunity? Remember, my personal opinion of the market, my mental framework of the market is have the bull case, have the bear case, whichever one seems to be having a little bit more check marks on that list. Okay, we'll attempt it in that direction, ideally with minimal risk and proper leverage. So I get that there's probably a lot of people freaking out right now, but if you are freaking out, well, remember there's the other side of the market that is playing the downside, so they're probably as stoked as they could possibly be. Remember, there's always two sides to each trade, and if you're married to one direction or the other, that's where I find that I personally, at least in my own trading career, taken the biggest hit. So my goal right now, prep everyone up for what in the world is going on today. But before we do that, I just want to bring your attention to the fact that it is a Payday Friday. So all you have to do today is like and tag 2 friends. We're switching it up a little bit. Before it was like, retweet, and follow. Now it's just like and tag 2 friends. We're just seeing if that gets a little bit more vision on it. So obviously we are giving away cold hard cash with the marble race. We are giving away some futures sim accounts, and we're giving away some options sim accounts. So we're going to have fun. We're giving away 10 prop accounts in total, $150 cold hard cash. We're doing a marble race. We're having a fun giveaway. We're going to be doing that a little bit into the market open. Obviously, this is free for all of you to enter. It's pinned to the top of chat. It's in the description of the video. It's just another classic Payday Friday. I know, a little bit of a way for me to give back to you guys, and I honestly love doing it. And this week seems like a really good week to celebrate, not necessarily because of the markets, but finally I got that first major payout from Apex. We have a video coming on the breakdown of that next week. It'll be coming out at some point next week, so be on the lookout for that. Recently getting denied 15 accounts, 2K each, $30,000 from Apex 2 weeks ago. This week, not only did I do the request, I already got approved, and I found out last night the money is already in transit to my accounts. So just like that, your fortunes can change. So obviously, a little bit of a specialty Payday Friday we have going on right now. So like I said, like, tag 2 friends. It's honestly that simple. That's your entry, and we will be picking our competitors a little bit later on today. Stock futures drop as tech shares get hit hard again. I guess before I give all of you beautiful folks my analysis on the situation, a question, and I don't want to skew your bias. Are you buying this dip, or do you think we have more pain to come? So basically, just let me know. If you're buying the dip, hit 1. If you think there's more pain to come, hit 2. So 1 is you are bullish, buying the dip. 2 is you are bearish, more pain to come. Let me see in chat. Let me just get that general vibe. I guess... hit 3 if you are confused by the question, and hit 4 if you think you're going to win the marbles race. 1 is bullish, 2 is bearish, 3 is confused by the question, and 4 is you're going to be the winner of the marbles race. Those are your only options, I suppose. If I see anything beyond that, we're going to have real problems. 1 and 2, you're both bullish and bearish. Interesting. 3, de-risking, confused by the question. 22, that was not a valid answer. 67, I don't understand what Gen Z is doing with 67, and I don't think they understand what they're doing with 67. 4, Jay's, you're like, you know what? I'm not going to answer this problem properly, so I'm just going to let you know that I'm winning the race. Interesting. 5, I want to buy no money. hey, there's always a local bank to rob. That's a joke. That's a joke. Don't rob a bank. Maybe. Anyway, all right, let me give you the breakdown of kind of what's going on. Yeah, because there is quite a bit of pain right now. Obviously, we took a sizable hit of 1.6% yesterday on the SPY, 2% on the Qs. The small cap sector got completely hammered of 2.8%. Bitcoin's down 4% additionally, down to 95. Shark in the water. Oh, we dodged that attack. And then early in pre-market trading, the SPY is down another percent and the Nasdaq's down another 1.5. Gold is even getting hit. VIX is up 11%. The only green thing on my watch list is volatility itself, which you can see in the top right here, cruising all the way up to 22. So yeah, this is why everyone is clamoring to try to figure out what in the world is going on today. So things as of now, not looking so good. But as I said, I'm going to give you the bull case. I'm going to give you the bear case. But first, you should know the U.S. to remove tariffs on some products from Ecuador, Argentina, Guatemala, and El Salvador. So yeah, we do have some developments in just the world of this trade war. Trump readies tariff cuts, trade deals, in affordability push. U.S. President Donald Trump is readying substantial tariff cuts to address high food prices and has unveiled framework agreements for Argentina, Guatemala, El Salvador, Ecuador to reduce tariffs on common grocery items. Recently, what's getting a little bit of news is actually the cost of beef prices in the U.S. So just trying to call that out. China's economy stumbles after unprecedented slump in investment. We've been tracking this, honestly, for the past 6 months to really 3 years of how China's economy has not been trending in the right direction, not really catching its footing. I know that sometimes maybe the misperception is that it's very, very strong and there's a lot of things going on, but the combination of the shadow banking, the real estate crisis, the general push like socially against an authoritarian government, right now, not looking so good over there. But just remember, our government has its own problems, like the fact that even though the government shutdown has ended, the longest U.S. government shutdown in history, we're still not getting data. And if you ask me, that's probably one of the main drivers of basically the market really getting hit. This fact that the government's opening, a lot of people thought it was going to be this great event, and it ended up turning into a buy the rumor, sell the news, government reopens, we puke anyway. And then that's really leading to some really interesting commentary from the White House themselves saying, hey, all that job data, all that inflation data, and of course they're blaming the Democrats, but regardless, I don't care who you want to blame, the end result is we are not getting very important measures of our economic health, which I think is maybe rightfully so. People are almost leaning into it as it's a bit of a conspiracy theory of like, yo, why? Like, is it really that bad that you're hiding it from us, or did we just legitimately not have it? So whatever it is, you can see that there's quite a bit of uncertainty, a little bit of panic currently going on in the market. We officially have one of our first major lower highs in the S&P 500. And obviously for the trend structure, when it comes to trend, we don't have to be that complicated with the definition. Bullish is higher highs and higher lows. Bearish is lower highs and lower lows. And that's what I wanted to bring to your attention right now of we have our first lower high. That is by definition a lower high. The question is, are we going to make a fresh low? So I believe if we push below 6631 and we close below 6631, that could be an official trend change. We've been bullish basically ever since May. So that's a pretty good run. May to November. That's actually a legitimately good run. And if this does crack, I just want to be clear. I am not calling for some sort of dramatic market crash that we never recover for and equities are going to lose all their value. I'm just expecting for a reasonable pullback as we've seen historically, and we create a base and we start to bounce off of that. Maybe things get worse, but remember, we could just take this leg by leg by leg. Remember, investing and trading are two completely different things. Us in here, most likely we are going to more so be chatting about trading. Yeah, trading, you just ride the trend. If you want to invest, that's easy. Buy high quality stocks, come back in 20 to 30 years, and they're most likely going to be higher if you picked right. When we're here looking at these types of setups and this type of development, that's a completely different situation. So remember, you can make money to the upside, you can make money to the downside. In fact, most retail traders make more money to the downside. So that's another reason that regardless of where this goes, I don't think anyone should be panicking because we have the tools available to us to make money in any market environment, whether up, down, or sideways. We haven't quite figured it out backwards, but hey, that's on the docket for next quarter. But anyway, this idea of having like an overt emotional reaction, whether up or down, I just think it's inappropriate, because at the end of the day, this is just math. This is just Bayesian probabilities. This is just a game of good risk to reward management. And are you disciplined to follow the exact system that you know you should be following? But anyway, as I alluded to, we were thinking that we might get PPI in retail sales, but as of this morning, we are not. Might get punted to next week. We're waiting to get an update from the BLS, the administration, the government as a whole, to figure out when we're finally going to start getting numbers. But right now it is nothing but a giant question mark, which is actually wreaking quite a bit of havoc in the world of crypto. Bitcoin's bear market deepens as ETF investors yank out $870 million. Breaking 1.2 billion of crypto positions have been liquidated over the last 24 hours. The liquidations that we are seeing right now are actually exceeding the liquidation levels that we saw back in the Rona period. We are actually, by definition, seeing some of the worst liquidations, the worst sell-offs that we've ever seen in the sphere of crypto, which, if you ask me, is kind of crazy, because even though we're taking a hit, when you zoom out, it's not like that bad. Like, yeah, it just looks like one of these previous dips. And we know that sometimes crypto goes into a bit of a winter. But the fact that we're seeing the worst sell-offs here, it just tells me that the bull camp was a little bit too exuberant and a little bit too full of themselves in this zone, when in reality, it's like, I mean, overall, like, this is still a pretty good run. Like, actually, if you're just paying attention, I don't know, from this recent base, it's still up 490%. And yet this just shows the nature of leverage. Who was it? I think it was Charlie Munger that says, like, the two things that are, or the three things that are going to kill you: alcohol, women, and leverage. And right here, you're seeing probably at least two of the three cause a bit of an issue in Bitcoin. I don't know if the other one's going to be the alcohol or the women, but obviously one of them is clearly going to be the leverage. So that's what it is. Like, yeah, is this dramatic in the short term? Of course it is. But when you zoom out on the weekly, on the monthly, you're like, oh, it seems like a little bit of a pullback. So it's one of those things that, like, when in doubt, zoom out. I do want to remind you, we're still technically in earnings season, but the only other one most of us probably care about is next week, is NVIDIA. And that's actually going to be really, really important for the current context of the overall market. We're going to be hearing from NVIDIA, which is down an additional 2.5% in pre-market after falling 3.5% yesterday. Looks like it's below its 50 EMA. We do have the structural low at 179. Obviously, I'll be paying close attention to that. But right here, it's earnings. Right here, November 19th. It feels to me as if this is a binary event. If NVIDIA crushes and the AI bubble is alive and well, we are returning. However, if it also starts to report numbers that are not so good, it's going to fuel the movement to the downside. So it's just very risky flip of the coin. So that is going to be important context for you folks today, and for myself. Based on whatever you're doing, consider the fact that we have a giant binary event halfway through next week. Hey, Matt, curious on your opinions of precious metals like GLD, XME, Hope, all as well. Precious metal stocks, well, what do you like? It's just going to be tied to the actual movement of the precious metal. So there's GC. It's going to look exactly like GLD. GLD is based on GC. So if you are thinking that inflation is going to keep going up, if you think the dollar is going to keep getting debased, if you think there's going to be a general flight to safety, you would want to be in that. I guess I don't have a differing opinion, rather than like what we're all classically taught the investment in these types of commodities are going to do. So gold is a store of value, especially when you're facing inflation. It is a flight to safety and kind of a long-term text. A lot of people get confused. They think when the market drops that gold can move inversely. It doesn't. When there's a market panic, everyone sells everything and they end up going to cash, and then they try to redistribute from there. But it's not like the VIX where it has an inverse correlation on such a short time frame. But in terms, I'm a little bit confused by the question, but if your question is the stock as acceptable as a commodity? Yeah, they're the exact same. The correlation is going to be like 99%. Just find one that is backed by like a legitimate company like JP Morgan or something like that. But hang on. I didn't mean to do that. Going back to the overall market. So earnings, just remember, NVIDIA next week, that's the binary event. Amazon and Microsoft's back efforts that would restrict NVIDIA's exports to China legislation would give the tech leaders preferential access to chips. So with NVIDIA, there's a couple things we're going to have to pay attention to, and I'll probably remind you guys of this on Tuesday of next week, right before the earnings, that not only are we looking at just the top and bottom line and the forward-looking guidance, but right now it's kind of a political bargaining chip between the U.S. and China of, And this is a direct driver of NVIDIA's revenue. How much of their chips and what quality of chips and everything related to that will they be able to sell to China? And right now, so there's like an entire political battle going on there. And once again, it's just another coin flip event of, is it going to break the way in the investors, or is it going to break in the way against investors? So just another thing to consider. If you haven't already, sign up for the newsletter. It is 100% free. It's always been free, always will be free. It comes to your email inbox Sunday. Not only do I give you a cool picture of my cat cooking a turkey, I give you a breakdown of the market, I give you a little cheat sheet of all the earnings we talk about, a little cheat sheet of the macroeconomic events. Obviously, today we are not getting really what we thought we would. That's why there was a big maybe. But next week, it does seem like we should, quote unquote, be returning to normality. And then for my day traders, scalp traders, here's the seasonality for each individual day. And just over the past 3 decades, really 27 years, this day's neutral. For a portion of the time, this day was bullish. Then it turned bearish, recently turning bullish again. So it's kind of just netting out to neutral. I would say from a seasonality perspective, this day is not dominantly bullish or bearish. So that doesn't tell me the day itself is going to be choppy. It just means from a seasonality standpoint, I'm not really taking it into my calculations with my own personal trades. Speaking of my own personal trades, I'm done on the day already. I already made trades. I was trading back here. I faded this pop around 8 in the morning. And the reason I faded this pop is we puked. I waited for the reversionary pop. I tried to make some trades. I got busted up. I tried to make some more trades, got busted up. Tried to make another trade. Finally caught the push to the downside. So I made $1,000 per account. On my take profit, I just had to do one little scalp trade. And actually, it made me more money than I thought because I just need to get the trading days in there. These are evals. I haven't traded the funded futures network one yet because that's the 10-minute Orbo trade. And then my PAs could not survive this bounce. These are the ones with minimal buffer. And right now, I'm in this special mental purgatory where I'm doing the exact same trades on my ones with large buffer, and they're all doing fine. And unfortunately, the ones with no buffer can just not survive it. And I did figure out my problem from yesterday, and actually I figured out on this trade. And the issue that I had yesterday of the trades and whatnot is actually because I set up the trade copier incorrectly. So what I was attempting to do was whenever I trade these accounts, the large accounts, when I say large, it's not they're numerically larger. They all started at 50K. What I'm saying, they have large buffer. I've been trading 2 minis. What I've been attempting to do is on the new ones, I set up the copier to try to cross trade and trade 10 micros. So I scale out of 5, scale out of 5. So I thought I was trading 10 micros. I fucked up the copier and I traded 10 minis. And that's actually why they blew out, because I actually took 5x the size on these ones than I did on my big accounts. So that's a 100% me issue. I guess I didn't figure out how to do the cross trading. Like I said, I was trying to, on the big accounts, trade 2 minis, and then on the smaller accounts, trade 10 micros. I ended up trading 10 minis, and it basically just bent me over the barrel and showed me the 50 states. So that didn't work out well, but all the other ones did. So, if you happen to be using a trade copier, just like I said, be on the lookout for that. I tried doing the cross trading on the copy trader, and it did not go well for me. So I'm pretty much done on the day. Yeah, we're going to still have this bot. I mean, I guess if I disconnect and reconnect, I could try to pass the new tests with you guys if you want to do some like real degenerate stuff today. Maybe just a little bit of fun. So I guess that would be a fun challenge to see if in one golden trade I can pass the test on the 5 fresh accounts that just could not survive all the cross trading and whatnot. Where are my new accounts? There they are. Here they are, right there. Apex, 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 Apex. So these are evals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me set up properly if I can do this right. Let me see if I could set up the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is that? 388. Degen. All right, so we'll see if we could pass these tests today. Just one degenerate trade. Maybe we get lucky, maybe we don't, but lesson learned on my end. So just wanted to keep you guys apprised of that. Fortunately, confirmed $30,000 payout from Apex yesterday. Made 17.5K trading, and then right here I made another 15K already today on the account. So slowly but surely continuing to grow those ideally for the next payout. The next time I can request a payout is Friday, like a week from today, if I trade every single day. All right, bringing it back to specifically today, what's going on, what's not going on. As always, I mark out the key levels. I mark out the previous high, low, and close. That is the green, the red, and the white. As of right now, we are gapping down, as in there's going to be an upside gap fill at market open. 6676 is where we are scheduled to open, and that is right where my cursor is, right about here, which means we have an upside gap fill to not only 6724, but we actually have an upside gap fill to 6829. So as of right now, the S&P 500 SPX has two pretty close upside gap fills. Once again, 6724, which is 100% in the cards today, and then there's another one from the low on Wednesday to 6829. So this might end up just being a dead cat bounce, and we get this gap, and then we roll over and crack the 50 EMA officially and sell off. But that is something that, as a bull supporter, you might want to be paying attention to. So if you ask me, I think a lot of this is going to come back down to the 50 EMA. You can see recently we like to just bounce off of it quite a bit. Support. So your guess is as good as mine, but I can tell you that that's going to be a pivotal thing. Are we closing above or below the 50 EMA? That's going to be very, very important. Right now, the 50 EMA is at 6692. So technically, we are opening below it, which everyone should be mindful of. But you should also be mindful of the fact that we do have an upside gap fill to 6724, and we have a legit technical breakdown level at 6631. So obviously, bull case, bear case. I do want to point out that there's a lot of support at 6625 and 6635. That is a lot of positive gamma. So if you are a person, for whatever reason, that you're like, no, I need to buy this dip, I want to buy this dip, and I'm not telling you you should or you shouldn't, but if that's your mindset, that would actually be a great dip buy opportunity, because there's that chance that all this positive gamma acts as support as the market makers are forced to buy as we come into this zone. So that is unfortunately from here a 50-point dip, which means that the SPY itself from this exact moment would be going down another $5. So that's basically right around this low. So not only do you have the technical support from the low on November 7th, but you also have gamma support. So that is a legitimate bounce zone. On the flip side, if we crack it, that is a clear win for the bears. So another thing to consider. So right now, we do have a lower high, not so good. We still technically have a bullish EMA setup favoring the bulls. We're at the key level of the 50 EMA. We're seeing some support, $5 on the SPY, 50 points on SPX below where we currently are. The other thing I want to bring to your attention with respect to today, and remember, this situation is dynamic. It's like literally changes minute by minute. But one thing I want to point out to you is we are currently looking at the fixed strike matrix. So basically, we're getting an idea of how vol is changing, and I could show you right here, you can see it's uniquely increased. Like obviously the whole board is increased, vol is increasing, but if you notice, it's specifically increased for today, and then it quickly falls off. As in, people are buying protection, but they're kind of just buying protection for today. Another thing I could show you, compare mode. What day are we comparing? We're comparing it to yesterday. So this is right here from yesterday to today. We're just really increasing for the 14th. And yeah, technically it's up by a little bit for next week, but you can see that all the downside protection bets, all these vol explosive bets, it is real, it stops today. So that's another thing where if the rest of the grid continues to rise, not so good. We might even be breaking contango if you know what that term means, and if you're paying attention to the VIX futures. However, if it just stays isolated to today, we honestly might just be playing like the exact same pattern that we saw on Friday, where we opened, it was horrible, we dipped, it was horrible, and then by the end of the day, we had a pretty strong recovery. So right now, I'm not telling you to be bullish or bearish. I'm just telling you, as we're getting into market open in 1 minute, just be open to the fact that this could be a catastrophic sell-off. This could be an incredible bounce, or it could be anything in between. So you might be listening to that and you're like, so saying, hey, anything could happen. How is that helpful? It is helpful in the sense of I'm giving you the things to watch for and the recovery levels, such as like, okay, where are we? We're obviously going to pay attention to options flow. I'm just trying to really illustrate the point that you should not be married to one side or the other. Take in the data as it comes to you, and then obviously play it accordingly. Because if you are just steadfast that one thing has to happen, well, in my own trading career, that's generically when actually the most pain happens. So I'm really trying to get you guys to anchor to the fact that this could be an incredible recovery, or it could be a sell-off, or we could just get gamma pinned to a key level and then the decision comes next week. Have your mind open to basically all these opportunities. Dingity ding ding ding. The world's largest casino is now open. Best of luck to all. Play responsibly, and if not, have fun. Folks, it is a payday Friday, so while the market is opening, it is free for all of you to enter. All you have to do is go to the pinned tweet on my X profile. It's also pinned to the top of chat on both Rumble and YouTube. I also emailed it out to everyone on Locals. All you have to do is hit the like button and tag 2 friends. We are giving away 10 different prop accounts, and we are also giving away $150 of cold hard cash. We are doing it today. It is free for everyone to enter. Like I said, all you have to do is like and tag 2 friends. Like and tag 2 friends, and then we're giving away 10 prop accounts. 5 will be for Funded Futures Network. Right now, they're running a pretty cool deal. It is a 50% off BOGO, buy one, get one. So all you have to do is use that code Goonie, and you can take advantage of that if you're looking to do futures. And then if you're looking to do options, Vanquish right now with that code Goonie, 25% off, and both of them have no activation fee if you use that code Goonie. So shout out to those guys for giving us those accounts to be part of the giveaway today. On top of that, I'm doing $150 of cold hard cash. And like I said, it is free for all of you to enter. All you have to do is like and tag 2 friends, pinned to the top of chat and in the description of the video. And we are already getting clocked. And we are right here. Let me do the 1 minute. We are at the bottom of the transition zone. The legit breakdown level is at 6631, opening the door to 6,600. And the next level below that is 5,575. But I do want to remind you where we have that technical low right here around that 30 level. That's exactly where we're seeing a lot of positive gamma. So I want to see if 6635 is 6625. This is a chunk of positive gamma. Let's just even say it's a 20-point region of a lot of positive gamma. So I want to know what happens there. To me, that's going to be pretty telling. And while we're waiting to see if that either does or doesn't happen, I'm just going to sit here. I'm not really feeling the most pressure because I already got my trades in on the day. Technically, I could get these accounts passed, or I'm going to try to. So if you guys want to help me with that, let's have at it. I guess I could have just gotten short out of the gate, and that would have been fine. Yeah, we're already at the low from pre-market. Basically, I just need to make 16 points on 10 different contracts. So if I get lucky with one degenerate trade, this might be able to work. So let's see if Lady Luck is on my side today. Thus far this morning, not so much, but that is honestly 100% my fault because I was a dipshit who didn't set up my trade copier properly. So nothing but an ID 10T error, an idiot error, and it is 100% my fault. So it is what it is. But I kind of wish I just took this breakdown 2 minutes into the day here at 85. That flush would have passed all of my accounts. That flush would have passed all of my accounts. So that's a little bit brutal for me. If you don't have any friends on X, not a single person I know in real life is on X. I guess you can't participate then. Sorry. You have to, it's just, you have to be a certain level of cool to be in this giveaway. A certain level of cool. And if you just don't have friends, if you're friendless, I guess this particular giveaway is not for you. Can you explain why you do 10x identical trades instead of 10x variable risk trades? Yeah, because I don't have 10 variable risk trade systems that are all proven to be net profitable. I do have one, though, that I really like. I have a couple. I have more than one, but not all the way up to 10. And the one that I like right now is uniquely ideal for the amount of buffer I have in those accounts. So why would I not use the ones that are like mathematically proven to be advantageous? Matt, I'm like a beginner investor. Would you ever sell your stocks, ETFs like NVIDIA to maybe buy back later for cheaper? As a beginning investor, probably not. I would say personally, I would just buy high quality blue chip stocks, dollar cost average into them. And remember that you're an investor. You don't care where it goes today, this week, this month, really not even that year. As an investor, you're in it for 10, 20, 30 years. Seems ridiculous. Not a single one of your giveaways is for me. Apparently, doesn't matter what I do. I can't get into a single giveaway. Craig, that's a you problem, man. I don't know. They're free giveaways. If you don't know how to make a Twitter account, if you don't know how to tag people, well, probably you're not going to figure out how to do well on the trading accounts anyway. So I think I'm saving you from yourself. If they're not for you, dude, it's free. Like, do you want me to hold your hand and wipe your ass too? Like, how much? Like, it's a free giveaway. I don't really like. It's always so strange to me when people complain about free giveaways. Like, you're not. If you want to come at me and you're paying for raffle tickets or something, okay, that's fair. It's a free giveaway, dude. I'm not your fucking mom. I can't make you a Twitter account. I can't teach you how to tag people. Like, what? It's not free enough. Like, I should start paying you guys to be in the giveaway. That's an idea. Honestly, I feel like I kind of lashed out at Craig and maybe he has a point. Maybe there is another level of giveaways I could be doing. Maybe I should be paying you guys to be in the giveaway. All right. I feel like I yelled at Craig, but that's a concept I really haven't considered. And I'm not saying I'm going to do it. I'm not saying I agree with it, but he kind of is opening my mind to, like, there might be another level to it. There might be a whole nother level to this concept. I pay you guys to be in the giveaway, and then I pay the winner of the giveaway. You know, I think I was a little too harsh to judge. I think Craig might be onto something. I really do. That's a concept. I don't know if it's good or not. I need to really spend some time philosophizing on that one. We demand payback for our injustice. I don't blame you. Is Elon Musk considered a friend? Yeah, he could be your friend. That's the cool thing about friendship, is you could just kind of force whoever you want to be your friend to be your friend. The next giveaway, I'm going to give the winner like $5, but it's going to cost $1,000 for all of you to enter. We could do an inverse giveaway. It's called Give Matt Money. Just try. I won an Apex account this week. Well, Boston Symphony, that's because you paid me off. We all know it. We all know it. People have been murmuring it here, there, everywhere, but we all know the only real reason you won was because you paid me off. You slipped me a crisp $20 bill under the desk when no one was paying attention. Don't believe him. Folks, whatever he says, he did not win fair and square. He did not. Actually, no one's won fair and square. They all pay me off, whether it's financially, they tell me secrets. There's a whole network of crime and corruption going on in these giveaways. An entire network of crime and what is the status of the BTC short? Dude, that guy is swimming in money. This is one of the coolest stories that I found in a while. This guy, he's so degenerate. Like, it's just so incredibly degenerate. Where is it? The bulls are fighting. Right now in the short term, he's calling for a bounce back up to 100 or 103. Touch grass 4 hours ago. Bull showing strong strength here, 96 to 97. He's looking for a bounce to 100, maybe 103, but he's still net short. He's looking for a fall pretty deep. Where was it? I don't know the last time he posted. He was adding size. As anticipated, the SPX turned red. I believe this is the beginning of a brutal downfall. Stay safe, sit in cash, not the time to be risk on. You buy the dip, I'll buy the next one. First target, 88. Did we actually hit 88? No. We hit 94. First target. Oh, I guess that's where he's going to scale out for his first one is 88. People think Andrew Tate was joking when he said Bitcoin to 26K. He wasn't willing. Will it go to 26K? Unlikely, but there's a probability that it can. Absolutely. He knows it. Counter trade this. Oh, do we have some influencer drama?
You can start switching long. Cool. Then there's two other indicators that I think are worth looking at to tell us whether the bull market's over or the bull market's not over. The first one is what I'm calling the James Wynn indicator, right? When James Wynn, and people like James Wynn, double down on their shorts, and then take a victory lap, I think that's time to turn. Because I think what this guy showed us is that he's probably the worst trader ever to hit the world. The guy went up $100 million and managed to give it
so
all back
aggressively
and managed
mean.
to give more back. And what I realized is that he's doubling down on his short. I see this guy as the ultimate retail emotional investor. He calls every single trade wrong. He's better than Jim Cramer. He is now saying he's doubling down on his shorts and he's taking a victory lap by wanting to increase his monthly subscription from $99 to $169 or $229. When this guy takes a victory lap about his short, I think it's time that you can start switching long.
Well, that was posted on November 6th, right here. There was a little pop. He didn't get liquidated, and he's looking awfully right now. I don't know what the next bar is going to be, but that's a little bit of karma. Just to be like, the guy's so wrong. He's always wrong. I don't know. This is why, like, you can't really be calling people out like that just because you never know what the next bar is going to be. Like, it's just half the time you're going to look right, half the time you're going to look wrong, and that is hilarious. But that's a little bit of drama. The other bit of drama, if you guys saw this, is the absolute biggest bitch in the world of prop trading. Matt from Rocket Scooter is now going around copyright striking people. So if you guys don't know who Futures with Trading with Kellyanne, she's another person in the prop space. The guy who I never heard of spends 30 minutes on stream trashing me and other fellow Influencer Cup participants. There is a Influencer Cup, so there's people with a following who are doing a prop trading challenge against each other. I guess he's butthurt he wasn't invited, or the fact that he's only trading sim accounts, he's never really traded a dollar. Says we are not profitable and worthless nobodies. Well, I guess he's just looking in the mirror, and then goes and files a strike against my short video explaining why he is wrong. Imagine explaining, like, you just have a short, which is equivalent to like a TikTok. It's not a VOD, it's not a video, it's just the vertical video, so it's whatever. But anyway, he actually did a copyright strike because she responded to him, and then he did a copyright strike. How insane of a world are we in that someone has the fucking spine of a jellyfish that when someone responds to you, you copyright strike it? Like, what an absolute fucking bitch. Matt Coward here. Like I said, the biggest fucking scumbag in the world of, I guess, prop trading, sim-to-funded trading. He absolute fucking scumbag. Like, I cannot believe the fact copyright striking someone because they respond to you. Like, what a fucking bitch move. In the world of content creating, can you think of a bigger bitch move than that? Like, honestly, you talk shit on someone, they make a response video, and because they make a response to you talking shit, you then copyright strike them? I deeply, deeply cannot conceive of something like, I can't come up with a situation. I cannot come up with a situation that would be a bigger bitch move. It's incredible to me that that's a grown man acting like a prepubescent girl. Fucking insane. Absolutely insane. How big of land do you have for 27 days? Missing heifers is wild. Hey, the cows will come home. The cows always come home. Turn around and slander sue them. Yeah, defamation, that type of stuff. It really never, like, that. The only one that makes money off that type of stuff are the lawyers. Def a chicken shit move. Yeah. He's trying to call out me. He tries to call out everyone. That's his entire idea of growth. He's realized that he can't trade. He's never been profitable. He exclusively trades on fake accounts. So what he does is try to fight with other people to leech off them and their following. So he's done it with me. Obviously, he's done it with her. He's done it with Lance. There's an entire just host of people who are bigger, more influential, and better traders than he is. And he just tries to start a fight and engagement with them just to get eyeballs on his shitty content so he can sell some like multi-$1,000 class that is proven to be absolute dog shit. He's a fake trader. He's an absolute scumbag. And if you look at him, I mean, this is just personal opinion. He looks like a fucking creep. Like I said, that's a personal opinion, and hey, feel free to make your own opinion on it. But you know how there's some people in this world that just, like, when you look at them, like, you get that weird feeling, oh, like, oh, you're a fucking creep. I wouldn't be so surprised if at some point in the future news comes out about him, because I don't know. I think humans have a sixth sense going on. And if you ask me, my spidey senses are tingling. The guy is like as creepy as could fucking possibly be. Like, and honestly, I think out of all the things that are like verifiably fucked up about him, the thing that rubs me the wrong way the most is like something's on. Like he's just like a creepy looking dude, like really fucking creepy. Kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies. And like I said, I think there should be a Kohrs market on it, that one day something's going to come out about him and everyone's going to be like, yep, Matt was right. Turns out the guy who looks like a fucking creep is a fucking creep. Yep, super creepy. Just me and DB. Me and DB are, you're like, DB's like, yeah, that's a creep. Dude, I'm just telling you. It's just intuition. As creepy as can fucking be. And if you don't believe me, go look it up and try to tell me I'm wrong. I bet all the moms in here would agree. If you are a mom or identify it as a mom, I'm telling you, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me my spidey senses are off on this one. I think maybe moms have the best intuition, just like some weird universal understanding of like danger or not danger. I guarantee you, if you're a mom in here, go check it out. You're going to be like, yep, fucking creepy. I think so. He refused to talk about it, but he wants to know, how did the cat scratch make the price go down? What? This is the second time that I've been really confused. How did the cat scratch make the price go down? Leon, who are you talking about? Oh, no, a creep. Just like, literally just a fucking creep. Oh, like, something about it, man. Something about it. I was going to tag him as my friend. Me, Vic Dog? So he's doubling down on stocks following. Wait, is a good way for Matt to get his great show exposed to a larger audience? Yeah, that's what he does. Like, it is one proven way to grow your audience, is to get into fights and drama with people who are a lot larger and a lot more successful than you. And I just think it's one of the scummiest ways to grow. I do, but I can't argue against the results, because even now it gets, because I saw him like a bitch, copyright striking other people. I don't know. He talks about me a lot. It kind of makes me, the fact that he's talked about me makes me want to go and copyright strike every single video that he's talked about me in, just to kind of show him how much of a bitch move. It's kind of like an unwritten rule in the world of content creation. Whatever, if you get into your beefs and this and that and the other thing, but most content creators have at least the morality to abide by the unwritten rule of, you don't like go whining to the mom of YouTube and saying, it's a copyright strike. It's a copyright strike. Like, that is the unwritten rule. Like, win the battle in your discussion, this, that, the other thing. You don't go crying to the platform to try to fix it. Like, you just don't do that. And, well, I guess I should say most people don't do that. Can you explain when a 40x, a minor bounce, would margin call his accounts? Yeah, a 2.5% bounce above his entry level would blow him out. You are right to say that. If you have 40x leverage, a 2.5% bump above, it just didn't get to that level. The market's recovering. Yeah, slowly but surely, we're back to this key level. We are back to the top of the transition zone. I will be watching this 50 EMA on the 1 minute, but I'm telling you, the upside gap fill is 6724, 6725. This is my, like I said, that's my first target. As I said at the start of the video, I know that some of us anchor it, like, and it's hard to fight, but look it, we're already going green on the 5 minute, 10 minutes pushing green, 30 minutes still bearish, 4 hours still bearish. 5 minutes going green, 10 minutes going green, 30 minutes still bearish, 4 hours bearish. I get that when you see bad things happening, we just assume it's going to keep going, but you have to pay attention to the key levels. And surprise, surprise, where did we bounce? Right at a key level. This was the bottom of the transition zone. The market was refusing to let it go down. And now it seems pretty likely that we're going to be talking about this upside gap fill. If you are catching this, first of all, be careful tracing at 6,700. Key technical level, key psychological level. Watch that. But from there, watch for this upside gap fill, 6724. And then obviously you have the closing value from yesterday at 6737. So what I would be looking for here, just kind of throwing out a trade idea, is maybe a bounce, maybe it hits 85. Regardless, you're looking for a pullback that is a higher low. And then from there, a little bit of a base. And then after that, the push above 6,700 and a push to 6,724. But one thing that might be able to help you on that particular journey is the options flow. So SPY, it's going flat right now, but that was a decent push. Mag 7 is actually looking better. So no one's really touching calls. We're seeing puts get closed, so we could have a little bit of a Vanna rally, but you would want to see more longer duration puts actually close out. That's like definitely what you would be looking for. He's definitely a punk. I'm not saying a punk, like I'm saying like actually creepy. Like something is off. Like I'm telling you, like we all have that ability. And you guys all know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you just run into people and like you're just like there are creepy people in this world. Like you could just see it. You can sense it. I don't know what it is. I think it's an evolutionary trait that we all have of like, hey, something's off. The guy's a creepy fucking guy. And if you disagree with me, it's just because you haven't seen a picture of him. You haven't listened to him talk. He's creepy. He's like a legitimate creep. And he was the last person in the world I would ever let babysit any kid ever. Like, I mean, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I am wrong. Not a punk. There's people who are punks, like whatever, and like that's fine. Like life goes on. But I'm telling you, tell me I'm wrong. Finally, someone said I'm right. Buttons the cat. Adam Aaron is creepy. Another guy. Exactly. Tim gets it. Adam Aaron, you look at him, you see him, his behavior. It's a creepy fucking dude. There are certain people in this world. Sam Altman, creepy dude. We're all there. We all have that ability. If you look at a picture or you listen to Sam Altman talk, you're like, something's off. It's creepy. Same with Adam Aaron, 100%. This guy, this fucking loser, Matt, unfortunately, he's besmirching a really good name. He's another guy that you're just like, oh, that's fucking creepy. It is. We're all there. Zuck, I don't get it from Zuck. I get the feeling from Zuck that I don't think he's a human. I just think maybe he's like a robot. I don't get the same feeling from Zuckerberg. Like just a Joe Biden creepy dude. Yeah, I think maybe he's aged out of it to the point where it just seems like he's going to die anytime now. But I could see at a point there how his... I could see how at one point he's in that vibe. I could see that. Where are we? We're battling at that 700. I'm looking at Vanquish Trader. I'm wondering on Vanquish Trader if I should play this. What's the flow looking like? The Mag 7 flow is looking good. The SPY is going a little bit flat. The 5 minute is bullish. 10 minute is bullish. 30 minutes bearish. 4 hours bearish. 5 minute is bullish. 10 minute is now bullish. 30 minute is going up for sure. I call it how I see it, folks. Call it how I see it. All right, we're slapping in order in 0 DTE, 6,700. Got to fill at 2560, which means close with a 2560, 2660, 2710. All right. All right, we're going to see if I could get a little bit of a pop here. I want to see the test of 705, and just to show you what I'm doing right here, I'm in at 2560. I'm basically break even. I already have a pending order to get out. I thought I had a pending order. Hello? Am I wrong? Where's my order? Trades, orders. Working. Okay, 27.10. I don't know why it's not showing up here. Maybe I just need to redo it. Orders. Okay, there we go. Cool. All right, let me move that over here so you can see what's up. Obviously, pretty freaking basic play. You guys already know what I'm going to say. I could either risk 90. I could risk 85. I was hoping for that push to 705, which we quite didn't get. 703, just going for a little scalp just to see what happens here. I didn't want to chase it on the first one, waited for the pullback. We put in a higher low. Should have got in at 96, risking 90. I was a little bit late to it, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. And I just, by the time, if it hits 705, 706, I should be able to lock that in. I'm just going for a quick $1.50. Vol is coming down. Bitcoin's kind of just chilling at 96. The Qs are almost getting their upside gap fill. If you are targeting something on QQQ, NDX, NQ, you're looking for 606.08. And on SPY, you're looking for 670.52. Those are the upside gap fills on the ETFs for SPY and QQQ. Mag 7 continuing to show strength. SPY is currently flat. SPY is currently flat. Oh, that would have been a nice buy right there. I kind of lost track of this. All right, maybe the market will be nice and give me another opportunity. Or maybe it'll completely steamroll me. That was a nice buy right here, 26. That was a nice buy right here, 34. You're either risking 17 or 14. You probably already locked in one. Stop is at break even. You have a freebie play to see if this party continues. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right. Reminder. We are, got a little bit of a pop there. Hang on. Hang on. We're waiting. Did I get my fill? Almost. It almost got there. I'm trying to get out at 27.10. It hit 27. Come on. 27.10. 27.10. Just, I'm going for a day realized P&L ideally of 1.5, but I thought that pop got, like literally I was 10 cents off. We still haven't hit 705, which is really what I'm looking for. Come on. Show me the money. Show me the money. Lock it. Fuck. It flashed it for a second. I guess I didn't get my fill. I saw 1.5. Did I do my math right? I did. I saw it for a brief second. I guess there wasn't enough volume traded there. Well, that's a bit of a bummer. Almost had it. Like, to the point that I just needed to go one tick higher. All still coming down. I'm basically, in a roundabout way, trying to play this upside gap fill with using the 954 low as my risk. Mag 7 still climbing, looking good. A little bit of call buying, more so put selling, removing that negative delta. We just saw a pop in the SPY. Once again, it's puts getting sold here. No one's really touching calls because they understand vol crush. Why we're getting this upward movement is people are getting out of their puts. So they're either taking their profits on their puts or they're selling puts underneath to play the vol crush. And if you had to ask me, it's probably a combo of the two. Probably a combo of the two. We almost got it. Almost got it. All right, well, we're waiting to see. Man, I think I just needed this to go like another 20 cents or something. It was right there. Like, I swear I saw it. Maybe I'm going crazy. I have no idea, but looks like we'll be finding out shortly. So once again, if you're going for the upside gap fill on SPY, it is this red horizontal line, 670.52. On the Qs, it is 606.08. On SPX, it is 6724. On NDX, it is 24,908, which I guess, hang on, edit, crossing up, 24,908. So we're looking for that there. So it's just literally the low from yesterday. Oh, and by the way, SPX has two upside gap fills, 6724 and 6829. 5-minute is bullish, 10-minute is pushing bullish, 5-minute is bullish, 10-minute is pushing bullish, 30 minutes still has a bit of room to go on both of these. A little bit of a flush short that we had on NQ and ES in early trading today. Did I get it? No. It keeps getting so close. Every single time this wicks higher, like it's getting pretty much right there. Give me my money, right? I'm in at 25, 60, 667. Dude, it flashed it for a second. I'm losing my mind on this play. Of course, after that flash, has to give us a little bit of a pullback first. Which, in all reality, I wouldn't mind on this. I'm going to see if I could degenerately pass some of these accounts. We're at the 50 EMA on the 500 tick. How deep is this? This is 18. That's a deep pullback because I'm only going for 16 points. Like I said, what I'm about to do is attempt to degenerately pass these, which you have a 50-50 shot. It's just more of a fun challenge than anything else. This is just to generally pass evals. That's a deep pullback, though. That's 22 points. Ooh, we're getting a little bit cracked there. If you took this breakdown trade, I'm not saying I agree with it, but obviously your risk would just be this recent high. I'm actually looking to see if I can get a little bit of a recovery, but even it's deep. But we have support. These are recent dip lines. I'm trying to throw in a long here. Like I said, if I'm going 10 contracts, I just need 16 points. So if I go long at 30, I just need it back up to 46. I guess if I took this breakdown at 18, I would have gotten real close. I just needed to hit 2. Patience. I'm not loving it. It's just the risk. It could have easily gone to the wick and blown it out and still been like a nice recovery trade. In this case, it still broke down. Let's take a look at, all right, we are dipping once again, close to my risk level. Cannot believe I almost got that. Oh, a little bit of a hit here in the Mag 7. That's what's going on. A little bit of call selling on this recovery. And then also actually a little bit of call selling on the S&P 500 as well. All right. First little pop. Let's see if this is a fake out sweep. Are we bouncing off of 24.9? How deep is this pullback? I think I can only take 12 points of pullback is the issue. Do I want to just do it right off of 900, have a pending order? I could take this breakout trade. Is that a higher low? I mean, it is a higher low. The question is it going to hold? Looking a little bit froggy. Whoa. Once again, this is just to attempt to degenerately pass accounts.
Order submitted.
All right, way too chasey. Fuck, that fill was horrible. I wanted in at 30. Fuck,
Order filled.
That was such a bad slip. I was going for 30 to 46.
Order filled.
Fuck. Once again, I cannot clarify this enough. This is just evals to degenerately pass it a little bit, and it's going to go anyway. Son of a bitch. What a bad fill. I think I needed 50, 51 to pass these. Damn. Well, that's a loss of $300. No way. If this, I think it was either 50 or 51. Yeah, they would have passed right there. Dude, I was just, the click, whether I just needed to be like 10 seconds later and I would have been fine. Son of a gun. Son of a gun. All right, here's a look at the flow, dipping a little bit. Here's a look at the Mag 7, picking back up. All right, what do we have going on? These monsters around me leveling up every day. So when people do things like that, I'm always curious why they're swinging so hard, because are they not concerned about the consistency rule? So like, this is crazy. I don't know who this is. I've seen him on Twitter. He makes big trades. That's a lot of money. $107,000, $400,000 balance. That is great. The issue is you can't take that money because of the consistency rule. So like, are they just betting on like multiple big days in a row? Like, I'm just a little bit confused of the math on these, on Apex specifically. Obviously, these are performance Apex accounts. I'm a little bit confused on the math, just because, to my understanding, it just makes the consistency rule that much more difficult. So that's a 7.7K return. So 7,700 divided by 0.3. He has to, I believe in this pay period, now make $25,700 just to be able to request. Unless my understanding is wrong. Is it just based on your total account value? I thought it was based on what you make in that pay period. But this is getting really into the nuanced thing of Apex and the rules. Obviously, phenomenal trade, looks to be a very good trader. But I guess I myself am a little bit confused on the math of swinging so hard. Because doesn't it just make it more difficult? Could be raising their buffer and using a delayed 8 trading day from the future. Could be, but once again, that's right there, the math. Now that's locked in as his biggest day's gain, he now needs to be net ahead 25,700. And maybe I'm just thinking about it wrong. Like, my technique is 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Like, just keep stacking up thousands. Their technique might be go for a huge buffer and then have more leeway. And unless maybe I might be misunderstanding like the rules
Order
on
submit.
Apex.
Target filled. Target filled.
Hey, look at the buffer hit, or the right there, the Orbo hit. Dude, I cannot believe I had this trade and they just didn't work. I went long. I was trying to go long at 30. I got a fill at 40. It pulled back anyway. I would have easily had that fill. Speaking of having the fill, did I get my fill? No, I didn't. How close do I keep getting to these? Dude, I have to be getting so absurdly close and then just getting no fill. Orbo bot, the best bot. The odd thing about the Orbo bot is it's so comically simple. Like, it is not advanced logic or code. It has not lost one day since we've started running it. Not a single day has it lost. Read the first comment on the post. He is going for 1 mil. Oh. Okay, so he just has next milli payout. Wait, what? What does that have to do with it? You're saying because someone else commented that he's getting a milli payout coming soon. That's just like gassing up his buddy. What are you talking about, Luke? You think this comment has to do with his overall trading strategy? Seriously? That's a fucking reach and a half. I thought you were saying he posted like, hey, here's my plan. Okay. That is not accurate. Like, that's such a weird extrapolation. Like, they're just buddies and he's gassing him up. I'm like, hey, you're going to be the next guy to get a big payout, which it seems like he might be. That's a lot of money. But that's a super, super weird extrapolation. Is Ned still alive? No. Ned is very much dead. Ned is dead. Folks, remember we're doing the Payday Friday giveaway. We'll be doing it in like 20, 30 minutes. All you have to do is like and tag 2 friends. It is pinned to the top of chat. It's pinned in my Twitter profile. Shouldn't be hard for you to find at Matt_Kohrs. All you have to do is like and tag 2 friends. We are giving away $150 of cold hard cash to the Marble Racer. All 10 competitors will be in it. 5 of you will be getting a future SIM2Funded account for free, and 5 of you will be getting an options SIM2Funded account for free. So we're giving away 10 prop accounts in total and $150 of cold hard cash. It is a free just giveaway. We're just celebrating Payday Friday. So all you have to do is like and tag 2 friends, and you will be in. You will be in. And sell it all today. Holy shit. Wait, is that a short? Oh, this is gold? I'm confused. That's a lot of money on gold. I guess it's a short trade from back here. So it's a, where's this? Oh, this is a weekly swing. Okay, so it's actually moved quite a bit. Sorry, that's a weekly chart. That's a lot of money, if real. I don't know if it's a sim account or real. That's crazy. Bitcoin Black Friday. Feels like it. Feels like it. Bitcoin falls under 95,000. Where are we at on Bitcoin now? Recovering a little bit. We're still looking for these upside gap fills. Did you already talk about the Bury liquidation? Bury didn't get liquidated. So that's a thing. Matt is lying. Ned is healthy. No, I wish I were lying. I wish Ned were alive. Ned's dead, Trex. Yo, special shout out for Trex, because Trex is the kind of dude that when I get into this shit in comments, whether it's on Twitter or YouTube or Rumble, yo, shout out to Trex for always having my back, and a negative shout out to all you fuckers who don't have my back. You guys let me go through my internet battles by myself, and it's basically me battling it out, and then Trex comes in and basically hypes me up, and whenever I'm fighting with someone, he's like, yeah, fuck you. Like, he's kind of my hype man. And then all you other fuckers are too healthy, not on the internet, doing real things with your life. So a shout out to Trex, and a negative shout out to fucking everyone else who lets me battle the interwebs by myself. Trex is funny because it's always like a couple hours after I'm fighting, he comes in with a hot comment. He's just like, yeah, fuck you. Negative shout out accepted. Thank you. You're welcome, Pat. You're welcome, Pat, for that negative shout out. VIX is popping up a little bit here. I'm watching this shelf. That we have. We haven't quite gotten the upside gap fill. It's still in play, which is probably really frustrating for these people at 10:06 who almost got it. Really frustrating. Here's a look at the Mag 7. We just made it fresh delta high. Here's a look at the S&P 500 taking a bit of a hit. This is why the market's coming down. People are selling calls, and they've been selling calls since 9:41. And there's a little bit of 0DT put buying going on, but just a small amount ever since about 10 a.m. The old 10 a.m. reversal is playing out. Actually, the call selling has just hit the most extreme on the day. 5-minute is bullish. 10-minute got rejected. 5-minute is bullish. 10-minute is now testing from the bull side. So let's see if this can hold here at 60. Let's see if this can hold here at 60. Can we watch the flow on VIX? Is that a thing in here? All right. This is kind of a crazy thing to consider, but this is kind of going to be the upside down. Put buying would actually be bullish. So someone just sold puts on the VIX. I'm looking specifically at vol itself. So this is an awkward thing, because if it goes up, that's actually kind of bearish bets, and if it goes down, that's actually kind of bullish bets. So when we're looking at the VIX options flow, you kind of have to move your mind upside down, kind of like Stranger Things. But the VIX is getting a little bit of a bounce here. I'm curious to see how big of a pullback this really is. We still haven't gotten the upside gap fill. We struggled too much at 6,700. We struggled a little bit too much right here. So that's the key level. I know the level probably seems random on the SPY of like, why are we battling at 668? Why we're battling there is because it's exactly 6,700. So that's the top of the transition zone. No one should be surprised that it's been that much of a battle. I'm hoping support can be found at 85, just another key gamma level on the day. Maybe we bounce off of that. You could kind of watch this down sloping trend line, I suppose, if you want, but really it's the sloping trend line. It's 6,700, and then from there the upside gap fill is 6,724. Just call it 6,725, I suppose, make life a little bit easier. On the flip side, if 85 doesn't hold, I'm looking for push back down to 60. I think that the bull case in the short term is a bit more likely, though. I do think it's a bit more likely. All right, should we do another degen run on Apex? I don't even know why I do this. It always just costs me money, but hey, I guess for the content, anything is worth it, right? I think for the content, anything is worth it. Anything is worth it. All right. Let's see. How quickly can we actually get these reset? Sometimes it takes a hot minute or two. Sometimes it takes a hot... Like, dude, this is such a stupid way to do it. I don't mind the 50-50 strat if there's like a news event or something, but this is just like unfettered degeneracy. Unfettered degen types of acts. All right. I'm going through it as quickly as I can. I just wish they would make this a little bit faster, a little bit less painful. But in reality, I guess I'm kind of only doing this because I already made my money on the day. And I'm thinking about buying. Do I want to buy? Do you guys think it's crazy to buy VIX puts right now? Is that crazy? VIX. How crazy is that? I'm like, my knee-jerk reaction is to currently buy VIX puts. Is that insane? Oh, what do I want to do here? What is this upside gap fill? 670. Oh. I'm thinking, which is always where we get into trouble. It's always where we get into trouble. It's always where we get into trouble. Let's see if that ever gets a fill. Oh, wait, do I want to do the VIX puts? What's the VIX flow looking right? Not much. Mag 7 strong. S&P 500. So if I do VIX puts, I could target either the 21st or the 28th. And I would do it down to 18. Hang on. I'm trying to decide how I want to play this. VIX. VIX. I put. Why are they so cheap? That doesn't make me feel good. They're incredibly cheap right now. Is that stupid? Why the fuck are they so cheap? What am I smoking something? Why are these not? Because VVIX, the vol of vol, it's going to decline a little bit, but it should hold somewhat steady, so it shouldn't be losing so much extrinsic value. Am I crazy? Maybe I am. Maybe that's my burden. To bear here. Well, I'm actually not even getting a fill. So there's that. As I'm trying to buy these fucking Apex accounts. We're doing too much at once. We're doing too much at once. All right. We're giving it a whirl. We're going to see how this plays out. I guess if there's a catastrophic sell-off, your boy's fucked. Where's swingers? Where's swingers? Betting on vol crush. All right, we did that. If you are in the Discord, I just threw in a trade. Really awkward fill. If you like the trade, if you agree with the trade, you could do better than me by just paying attention to what's its nuts. The spread. I got fucked up by the spread. I did a market order when I shouldn't have, or I somehow chased it when I shouldn't have. All right, and then I think my Apex accounts are about to be back, so we could try the degen trade. I can't believe that first one would have hit, and it was just such a horrible fill. I need to be better about that. I need to be better about that. Do we think vol goes to 20 today? How's that going to look? Man, we are having kind of a tough time at the gap fill. Wouldn't mind that long. 50. I'm going to miss it. Yep, that would have hit. Like I said, long at 50. Just needed to go to
Order
66
filled.
and you'd have that fill. That's a bummer. Hey, that's a bummer for me. All right, let's see if I can not be stupid about it this time. Is the market giving me another opportunity? Let's really get in. This is just nothing but pure degeneracy, folks. Whoa. Wozers. Pure degen action. So 90 all the way down here has a 50 EMA. 90 does. Do we play the bounce off of 900? Do I just pray for it? Also have this structure to pay attention to. All I need is 16 points, a decisive 16-point move, and that's how we can pass these bad mamma jammas. I just need to get in and for it to rapidly go 16 points in my favor. I don't think that's that tall of an order. Do you guys? Is it crazy just to have a pending long at 900? Let's check out what Bookmap has going on. There's not really many people there. Fuck, that's a decent bounce. 41. Double bottom. 50-50. How's the 500 tick looking? It's trying to fight back above that. Getting smacked at this cloud. Right into the EMAs. A little bit of messy work here. Is it that crazy to have the pending long at 900? Just like assuming other people react to that key level? I generally don't trade like that, but that's kind of an interesting concept. I kind of either like the breakout of 41 or the long at 900. And the reason I'm still a little bit bullish biased is because we haven't hit the upside gap fill. I kind of don't mind this long at 30 either. Except that if it pulls back to this low, it would blow me out. Do we try it?
Order submitted.
I don't really. This is not a normal trade for me, but hey, it's DGen Friday. We'll give it a whirl. It's DGen Friday. How close did it get to? The sad thing is if I had that long there, it would have already paid. Fuck.
Order canceled.
Shit. Yeah, 2. All I need is 16 points. Like I said, I just need a decisive 16-point movement. We're pressing. Imagine if I had the balls to do that, front run it. Unlike the first time, I'm trying to be a bit more specific about my entry and mindful of if it does dip, how bad is it? Oh, I'm afraid to trace the breakout up, and it would have fucking worked anyway. Man, that would have worked. That would have been a beautiful. All I need is 16 points. 40, hit 56. It didn't even look back. I don't want to chase it because knowing my luck, that's the moment it's going to get hit. But chasing it, oddly, would have worked. I had that order at 900. It only got down to 902. It would have... Damn. Oh, and it's still going now. That's crazy. Up to 25,000. All right. Let's see if we can pinpoint it. We're going to need a little bit of skill, a lot of bit of luck. And we're going to see how we can play this out. That would have already paid. This long right here at 81. That would have already paid. We're at 25,000. Dude, did I miss the boat on this? Did I miss the boat? All right, the Q's got their upside gap fill. Son of a gun. Son of a gun. Hey, this locked in. 1.7K. Nice. That finally hit. It took way too long, and I got a little bit of slippage in my favor. I had 1.5 locked in at 1.7. So on my Vanquish account, that's looking good. It got really close to my risk. Fortunately, did not get that fill, and eventually took way longer than I thought it would. But eventually, we did lock in that 1.7. So I'll take that. I'll take that any day. I am looking for vol to collapse. Looking for the upside gap fill on SPY, on SPX. That trend line breakout was nice. The only thing missing today is I had so many opportunities. What's crazy is we were just talking about the dip buy at 900, and now I might have to do the dip buy at 25,000 flat. Dude, it moved 100 points that quickly. That is nuts, folks. That is absolute. Like, literally, I had the order at 900. It got to 902, and now the next move is, do I have to dip buy at 25,000? Oh, brother. Oh, brother, oh, brother, oh, brother. but this is the first test. Is it going to want to come all the way down to 76 maybe? Yeah, I kind of wanted to break 500 for me to slap on the dip buy. Zach, you're supposed to have potential. I wish. So we still have this upside gap fill. 5 minutes bullish, 10 minutes bullish, 30 minutes bearish, 4 hours bearish, 5 minutes bullish, 10 minutes bullish, 30 minutes bearish, 4 hours bearish. So the shorter time frames are showing recovery as we are targeting these upside gap fills. The S&P 500 has not hit their upside gap fills, but the NASDAQ has. Looking at the flow, the Mag 7 just hit a delta high on the day. S&P 500 is flat, getting a little bit of a pump right now. The VIX is trending up, which is strange. People are selling calls, but the puts, maybe there's just not a really good way to read this. And we are heading up. We're above 700. In terms of key levels, past this, you're looking at yesterday's close at 6737. Why is the VIX not collapsing, folks? I need it to collapse more. I'm only up $100. What the fuck? I guess just it's very illiquid. All right, I'm still waiting for an opportunity here. 97. Do I just slap in an order here at 76? Or was 500 right? How much are they going to let it dip? Fuck, it was right. Maybe not. Remember, I need 16 points. So if I bought at 500, I would have needed 16 and it only got up to 15. So actually, this pullback would have fucked me after getting that close. So I just dodged a bullet there. That would have been a brutal one. That would have been a brutal one. So close. I would have been a point and a tick away. Do I buy 76? Do I buy 72? 77 already looking good. Do I try to catch a falling knife is the real question. Fuck
Order
it.
submitted.
America. America. Go, brother. Go. No. Hold 500. Go. Go. Green. My blowout level, I
Order
think, is...
filled.
What?
Order submitted.
The blowout level should have been 90. No, it's because it already fucked me. All I needed was 18. Degeneracy is not paying today. It's degeneracy. Every single time I'm looking at, like I was calling out 75, got to 77. I feel like I'm just off by 2 points. Like maybe that's the technique, is just look for something that's 2 points above a key level and just do that. But if this goes to 18, it would have paid. Dude, this degen stuff on a day like today is uniquely difficult. Are you fucking kidding me? Hit 17. Okay, so I can't be that mad. Nope. I needed 18. And it, are you kidding me, dude? I just can't. Like, what? Dude, all of these. Son of a bitch, dude. It would have hit anyway. My timing is, I'm either a little too late or a little too early on both sides. Like, I just either need to be 10 seconds faster or 10 seconds later. Whatever time I'm doing it at is the worst time to be doing it at. Son of a gun. Like, sometimes you just have to laugh, folks. Sometimes you just have to laugh. VIX is coming down more. I need a plummet to 20. I'm betting against the VIX right now, i.e. I'm betting on the market going up. Come on, Tonto. Let's get that upside gap fill. I get that luck. I can't believe I that's crazy. If you're long on NQ, you have a shot to. We did take out the over extended hours low, barely. We wicked it right here at 655 on NQ. If you're running this all the way back up, you have a legit target of 160, which is 140 points above where we are right now. VIX is falling. VIX is falling. All right, this is your final reminder. We are doing a Payday Friday. Very easy. All you have to do is like and tag 2 friends, and we're giving away 10 prop accounts and $150 of cold hard cash. We're going to be doing it in like 5 to 10-ish minutes, so you have time. But it is at Matt_Kohrs on Twitter. It's pinned to the top of chat on YouTube and on Rumble. Like I said, 5 futures accounts, 5 options accounts, and $150 of cold hard cash. And we're doing a classic marbles race. So if you want to get involved in that, it is free for everyone. All you have to do is like and tag 2 friends, and I guess have a Twitter account. So have at it, brother. Have at it. Oh wait, I forgot I had another play. I should set an alert here. Add alert, because I'm doing a stupid little degen play on my degen account, which oddly never goes that well. All right, I'm just getting the order ready. I have some SPY 671s for Monday, and it's literally just an upside gap fill play. So the second that hits, I will be dumping. I'm just waiting for that alert to go off. I'm waiting for SPY to hit 670.52. I'm waiting for SPX to hit 6724. And hopefully we're off to the races. Hopefully we are off to the races. Mag 7 Delta Flow looking pretty good. Pop pulled back flat, waking up right now. S&P 500, we are seeing a bit of put selling, so that's good. Could be putting some positive gamma beneath, or it could be adding to a Vanna rally. For the Vanna rally to really take off, you'd want to be people YOLOing into calls, which is not a smart play because vol is going to get crushed. Going long calls is not the best decision. You're probably better off with a call debit spread, at the money calls, selling puts, betting against VIX, or call credit spread on the VIX. But going long calls out of the money right now is actually strategically your worst idea because of vol crush. So you're going to be losing extrinsic value. So I'm not saying to not be bullish if you want to be bullish. I'm just saying you could play a bullish mindset, a bullish bias a bit better. But I'm waiting for this upside gap fill to just lock in on my baby account here. Looks like I have about 500 buckaroos. But really what I'm playing... Do we hit it? Place order. Dumped. All right. Yeah, I just, right on that test, I had, like I said, upside gap fill SPY calls. Locked it in on like nothing to, like I said, it's a small account, just a couple $100. What I'm really doing is trying to see if vol collapses. That's what that's like my main play right now that obviously I talked about in the Discord yesterday. But vol is coming down, so that's working out well for ya boy. What's not working out is my degen Apex trades. That has not been going well, and I'm just a little too early or a little too late. Shit happens. But, okay, where are we at? We are at that point in the day. The SPX just hit the upside gap fill, which means it is time for us to celebrate. Shout out to Funded Futures Network. Use the code Goonie, Goonie, for a 50% off. When you buy one, you get one. There's no activation fee. Code Goonie. Shout out to Vanquish. This is for option trading. Funded Futures is for futures trading. Same thing. Code Goonie. There you get 25% off. And once again, no activation fee. So we're going to be selecting people. The first 5 are getting a futures account. The second 5 are getting a Vanquish account. All 10 are going to be in a race. And the winner of those 10 are going to be in a marble race for $150 of cold hard cash. So as these are your last seconds to enter because I need to find the Twitter picker. Twitter picker. All right. Close pop-up. Like. All right. So we need Profile image, banner description, add custom ratio. Okay, we don't need any of that other stuff, do we? Do we? Retweet, no. Quote tweet, reply, lower accuracy. Oh. And fuck. And why is it not doing that? Whatever. All right, like 5. All right, so the first 5 I said are going to be for a futures account. So we are going to be rocking it in 3, 2, 1. All right, we're getting them. We're loading. We're going. All right. These first 5, which I'm taking a very quick screenshot of, are for the futures accounts. So you have Trippy, Spar XY, Profit Surfer, Billionaire, FRX, and Isjin. All right, so I'm going to save that. Cool. And then we're going to do it again. We're going to take another 5. Same thing. Right. Okay, cool. Oops. All right. So this is for a Vanquish account. Mike Kimmel. Wait, 2 of these guys got picked twice. Shit. So for the race, I want 10. So Billionaire and Isjin got picked. So we're going to do 2 more. How do you make it so we can't pick it again? So 2 more. All right. Hopefully it's 2 new people. Jesus. All right. So Erdman Zach, you're in. Billionaire FRX. Did you hack my system or something? This guy. All right. We're going to be trying this one. JB 40 ounce Joel B. All right, that's a new one. Cute son. All right, good looking family. All right, we have all the picks saved now. I believe we have 10 actual people, but Billionaire, whatever your fucking name is, could you stop hacking my system, please? That would be highly appreciated. The luckiest guy out there. That's insane. That's actually clinically insane. So we have our 10 people. First 5, like I said, futures account. Second 5, the independent 5, are going to be getting an options account. If you are a Vanquish winner, you're going to have to follow them so they can DM you the code and whatnot. So if you're watching right now, just go follow them on Twitter. I have them tagged and whatnot. So the Q's upside gap fill actually almost going green. The SPY got its upside gap fill. I'm watching the vol collapse right here. I need to get the game a-going. All right, this is loading. And then how do we figure out the 5 people? That's a lot of pictures I took. That was complicated. That was a complicated development. So the first 5, how many pictures did I have to take? Here's our first 5, our independent 5. So the first 5 are easy right there. The next 5, we had some repeats. So then we did it again. This is the second group of 5. So Billionaire, FRX, and Isjin, they were already picked. So then we try to get 2 more. But then Billionaire got picked again. Billionaire got picked 3 times in a row. So that's a new one. Erdman Zach. And then finally we had Joel here. So these are our people. These are our 10 different independent people. So list 1, Isjin, Billionaire, Profit Surfer, Sparky, Trippy. Then Mike Hibble, Ryan, and then Crazy. And then also Erdman, Zach, and Joel. That's the groups. Those should be 10 people. Hopefully I did the math and whatnot properly. Hopefully. Let me move that over here so I can actually type these up when we get rocking. That was a billionaire. I could see why he's a billionaire. He's like the luckiest dude out there. The luckiest cat up there. All right. Where do we have this? Let's get this going, brother. I cannot believe I had all those trades that would have paid. The unrealized drawdown is such a bitch. But hey, that's trading. No crying in the casino, folks. No crying in the casino. All right, here we go. No, we don't need this. We don't need this. Race. Random map. Looks like we are doing it on coils of power. We have our 10. Okay, we just need to get our 10 people. All right, so let me see if I have all of these. Okay, so Isjin, billionaire, surfer, Sparky, and Trippy. And we have Mike Kimmel. We have Ryan. We have Crazy. We also have Erdman Zach. And we also have Joel. All right, cool. We actually did it right. We have our 10 people. Finish. We have all that. Cool. I'm just cleaning this up so our system doesn't crash. Just so you know, big players aren't doing shit right now. Bookmap, that shouldn't crash the system. The only other thing we have to do is get to some tendies and tunes. The only thing we have to do is get some music bumping. Bread for bread, earning season, hip hop freestyle, Lil Kohrs, Black Monday. That's going to be a good one. That's what we're going to listen to. All right, folks, we already have our 10 prop account winners, 5 for futures, 5 for options. I will be following up with all of you guys later on today. If you happen to be one of the options winners, you should go and follow Vanquish because you need to follow them so they can DM you the code for your account. The futures ones, I will be giving you account. So those guys, you already won. Congrats, you got something. But there's going to be a winner of the winners. Hang on, something's going on. Oh, we're going. SPX is green on the day, brother. It is green on the day. Are we going to 750? I'm going to set an alert there because I might scale out of some of my dumb shit. Is this going to be a full-on recovery? Oh, right. I told you. The top of the extended hours trading, all the way up to 160. I called it out at 20. You guys thought I was crazy. I saw the comments. You said, Matt, that's a crazy thing. That's a crazy thing to say. And in fact, that was not even 5 minutes ago. Vol is collapsing. I should be making money. How am I not making more money? I'm up 2.5K. I told you that I thought these were oddly cheap. But the issue is the spread is a bit wide. I don't like that. Whatever. Money's money. Money's money. I'm looking for a continuation in this collapse. We're looking at $20 on the VIX. We're going here, dude. We are off to the races. This is exactly why I told you guys don't be married to a particular case because of pre-market movement. Basically, 20 minutes into the day, we started pushing bullish. Even the 30-minute is testing right now. Bullish. Even the 30-minute is testing. So basically, if you degenerately hung on to your puts and refused to take profits, well, I feel for you. That's a tough break. That is a tough break, mi amigo. We are getting some nice pushes here. Yeah, let's see how big this recovery can actually be. Let's see how big this recovery can actually be. I'm watching for 50. I'm watching for 50 right here. All right, let's get some racing. Like I said, you guys are already winners, but now we need to find the winner of winners. And before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, please stand, put your hands together because we have the end-all, be-all race. And these are 10 of the fastest racers in all the land, high-end competitor, steroids galore. And before we let them really hit the track, folks, who are you betting on? Who in here has that mighty predictive ability to tell us which one of these 10 competitors are going to be victorious? If you had to put your entire net worth on one particular name, who are you betting on? Who are you betting on? Your entire net worth on one name. Who are you looking up? Who are you looking at? Who are you betting on? Who makes you feel that warm, tingly sensation that like, yeah, this is the winner? Zach is voting on Zach. LSGN is betting on LSGN. So you guys are betting on yourself. I like it. I like the self-confidence. I really do. Well, we have to wait no more because we are going. 3, 2, 1. And we are off. Coils of power. Well, who has that internal power to make the first move and to win? Whoa. You guys are going real fast. Who's going to get that first drop? Who's going to get the first drop? We're all circling the toilet bowl. Looks like a billionaire. Dude, the guy who's been picked 3 times, getting the first drop, taking the right path. Uh-oh, looks like we have some teleports. What do these do? I don't think we've ever seen this. No one hit the teleport. A lot of people taking the right path, being led by billionaire, but I have a feeling, uh-oh. Looks like there's teleports and a lot of crazy stuff going on. Uh-oh, Billy's going to take it. Billy! Uh-oh, billionaire's dead. The luck did not last. Crazy is currently in the lead. RIP billionaire. Your luck ran out, brother. You took the teleport, and you took the teleport to your death. That was a brutal one. That was a brutal one. All right, Crazy, what do you have going on? What do you have going on, Crazy? Crazy lead in, followed by Mike Kimmel. Followed by, uh-oh, Trippy's dead. Trippy must have tripped off the map. Ryan, where are you at, buddy? Ryan's up top. Dude, oh, there's a big spiral going on here that a lot of them are battling it out on. So Crazy is being crazy, taking his own pathway, while the rest of them are ripping through this coil. All right. Who's going to pay out? Okay. Uh-oh. Time is ticking. Wait, Crazy won? That's fucking crazy. Crazy taking an absurd path out of nowhere. Uh-oh, Joel's dead. Spar, third place. Mike Kimmel? Wait, who? I thought Ryan was second. Anyway, Sparky getting second. Mike Kimmel getting third. Surfer just died. What about Zach? Zach, are you going to finish? Here we go. I mean, I like the competitors still going. I like that grit. Who do we have? Zach. Where's Ryan at? Ryan, what are you doing? This is a really confusing map. Too many pathways. Zach's dead. All right, last one. There we go. Well, anyway, put your hands together. Crazy, taking an absolute crazy path, but proving to be victorious. So, hey, I think that deserves a round of applause. But overall, kind of a weak showing. The clock was ticking. It was coming for a lot of them. But Crazy, you are the winner. So congrats, $150 cold hard cash will be yours. I will be reaching out after the stream closes, but at some point today. So your bar expenses are on me this weekend. Massive, massive congrats to you and really to all the competitors. And really, if you bought the dip, a massive congrats to you guys as well. Massive congrats to you guys as well, because we're seeing a little bit of a pippity pop here. A little bit of a pippity pop here. I like it. I like it. 5 minutes bullish, 10 minutes bullish, 30 minutes testing. Looking for this close and then a break of this high. That would be a big win. Same thing here on the NASDAQ. Looking for the close above and a break of the current high. That's a big win. I'm watching 750, which is just going to be obviously a key level. You could probably see it better here on the 10 minute. 50 is where the bulls kind of lost the battle yesterday. On the capture of 50, yeah, you're watching this 50 EMA, then you're watching 780 and then 800. Let's see if any new positions have been created. Not so much. 750 is a big battle. 775 you could watch. And really it's 6,800. I'm looking for 20 to be taken out. That would be a nice win for me. We're right at that red to green move on the SPY and the Qs. They're technically green on the day, even with that crazy whiplash we saw over the overnight session. Crazy. That's absolutely nuts. Here's a look at the flow. We were popping, going a little flat right now, but big spike into 1048. Mag 7 pretty much at a delta high reading. VIX is collapsing. I like that. We're seeing green. Look at these recoveries, folks. Let's go through that daily chart. What do we have going on over here? NVIDIA. I want to see the daily. Trying to save at the 50 EMA. Tesla below the 50 EMA. Microsoft trying to go to the 50 EMA. Apple actually looking very strong. Palantir trying to go back up to that 50 EMA. Meta did sweep low, but showing a little bit of strength. AMD holding. SoFi recovering after the horrible sell-off yesterday. Broadcom back to break even. Amazon trying to bounce off that 50 hood. So it's kind of the same story across the board. A lot of things were getting tilted, but people are using this opportunity, at least as of now, to buy the dip. And we're seeing that kind of go in lockstep with vol getting hit. So interesting play. Very quickly, don't forget, shout out to Fund and Futures Network. Use that code Goonie to get 50% off and buy one, get one. So when you pay for 50% off, you're getting a whole nother account for free on top of that, and there's no activation fee. And then on Vanquish right now, this is the options one. That code Goonie will get you 25% off. So I thank you. I appreciate everyone who played in today's Payday Friday. And of course, we'll be running back next week, because why not? Why not? Why not? Breaking, the U.S. Labor Department says they are unsure if they will be able to release the October CPI inflation data. If you say so. If you say so. What the fuck was that? Martin Shkreli has a kid?
Hey, Daddy loves you. Hey, you want to smile and laugh and play?
Martin Shkreli has a kid?
You know how to talk? Tell these people you know how to talk. Tell these people.
Kid's going to probably be incredibly smart. Probably going to be incredibly smart. What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? Not much. I'm not seeing any crazy breaking news. Like James went. This guy has to be popping off right now. What is he saying? Anything? The Bulls are fighting. Okay. Yeah, they're trying to protect whatever that level is. Okay, we do have a little bit of a struggle at the closing value. You could probably see it better here. Let me go to the 5 minute. We popped all the way up, got the upside gap fill, came to the closing value. A little bit of a struggle. That was just a runaway train for a second there. So you're looking maybe for support at 25, maybe a breakout at 50, kind of watching those key levels. The VIX hasn't cracked 20 yet, but obviously coming down quite a bit from 23. I am betting, the way I am playing this market bounce is by betting against vol, just to be very clear. And I made that trade today. It's posted in real time in the Discord, and I'm currently up 3.7K, aka 23%. And that is just today. Like, that was some position. I mean, you could see right here. Right. Expiration date. Right here. Purchase date, the 14th, as in today. So 1 day return, 23%, 3.7K. Not gonna complain. And I have no plans of getting out right now, because if this is a bounce just like it was last Friday and we open up, well, at that same period, look at what happened to the VIX. I'm just kind of saying, okay, last Friday we were crazy. And we were as high as 23. We closed at 19, and then the next day it got down to 1750. Looks pretty freaking similar to me. So I wouldn't mind if it pushes below 20. I'd feel comfortable, and then maybe we could open up around 18. That would be sick. I mean, I'm not even going to complain if we get down to 18 today, but I have time. The expiration is the 26th. So the way I am playing this market rebound is by betting against vol. That's how I'm playing it. Is that right or wrong? I don't know. We're going to find out. My point is that it was posted in real time in the Discord, where more important than that I try to be transparent and share the trade is that we talked about that trade a lot yesterday. So we really got into the specifics and the technicals and why that was the right strategy versus other opportunities. So it's more of the logic and the reasoning behind the trade than the trade itself. And that's what the Goonie Discord's for, is just a bunch of people kind of bouncing ideas off of each other, getting into that nerdy ass math. If you played calls into this, I feel for you, because even though you got direction right, there was better ways to play it, because you are getting vol crush. You are losing extrinsic value, which means it was better to, if you did out of the money calls, that was your worst option. Strategically, that was the worst way to play it. Your better option was at the money options, a call debit spread, selling puts, going short vol, calls, credit spreads on VIX. I mean, you had many tools available to you. Don't be like Rocket Scooter, a complete creep. Pretty easy. I think some people just have that creepy gene in them and other people don't. It's weird. I feel like sometimes when people are that like awkwardly creepy, like you just get a super weird vibe that it's just innate to who they are. Like I think the rest of us don't, because it's creepy. Finally, didn't miss the upside. Thanks, Matt. RLDG. It's all you, man. It's all you. It is all you, brother. Mag 7 is still going. S&P 500 is actually cooling off. You have some, there was a lot of put selling. Now there's a little bit of put buying. Maybe buying to open, maybe buying and close. You don't know, but maybe these are people throwing in the towel, or it could be new positions. And there's a little bit of call buying coming in now, looking at the orange. All right. Next stop, 50. After that, 75. After that, 800. Yeah, 75. I'm basically just cutting this region in half. So if the bulls keep going, 50, 75, 800. If we get rejected here, obviously 25 back down to 700. Bull case, bear case. SoFi doesn't offer VIX. I don't know what the fuck that means. SoFi, J-Cup's fishing for me to help you on that question. Can you expand on it a little bit? SoFi doesn't offer VIX. I don't understand that. Oh, wait. Like SoFi has a trading platform? Is that what you're saying? Like it's not on their trading platform? I'm trying to read in between the lines here. So you're saying like on the brokerage SoFi. You're not talking about SoFi the stock. You're talking about SoFi the brokerage doesn't offer VIX? Well, I don't know what to say. That's why you should be on public. Everyone should be on public. If you are trading options, you should be on public. I can't comment on SoFi. I've never used it. I've traded the stock. I've never used the brokerage, but that's on you. Get on a good brokerage. Public is the best brokerage. Easy peasy. Like, why are you trading on SoFi? When you are trading, you might as well put the odds in your favor. You put the odds in your favor by trading on the best brokerage. The best brokerage is public. The VIX ticker is not on SoFi. I don't know what to tell you. I don't speak for SoFi. It seems a pretty easy fix. Go be on a better brokerage. Does Public have a mobile app? Yep. Yes, sir, Babo. All right, right now we're just stalling out at the closing value from yesterday. We just have to wait. We're getting a little bit into the lunch period, so it could be just a bit of a stall out, but let's see. I mean, you have the levels, you have the bull case, you have the bear case, just play it accordingly. But with that being said, that's it for today. It's a beautiful Friday. TGIF, we made some money. I have to degenerately trade a little bit of those Apex new accounts, but the main accounts, obviously I made my 15K, called it a day, 1K per account. Just in case you want to fact check me right here. Boom. Here's my performance. Remember, these are just evals. You know their performance if they start with PA. Those are the ones I really care about. 1K on all 15 more K. So I'll take that money. I'm currently betting against the VIX. I have some DGen. Well, they were at the money. Now they're in the money calls for a play up to 50. I've already scaled out of most because on the upside gap fill. And the only thing that I really want to bring to your attention is watch the flow. If it keeps going, especially if puts just get annihilated, yeah, look for the flow to go higher. But the other thing, and this is going to get pretty technical, but it is worthwhile to point out because I think it's going to be a main driver of what happens between today and tomorrow. But you could see it on the vol dashboard. You could come from the fixed strike matrix. And if you go into compare mode, the downside bets only exist for today. They're non-existent after this. Like that's it. So if you're thinking about swinging that put in the continuation, you might be right, but I'm just letting you know that big money is not betting on that. Big money bought protection up to and including to today. That's why this is green. and then no longer. So I just need you to know that the big money, the protection on it, it ends today. Volscu probably hasn't updated. Can we see this? Scanners. Everything shot left. They got heavy on puts. Everything was heavy on calls, and now they're heavy on puts. They all just ripped it left. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a bounce back to like equilibrium here. So it's just another thing to consider. I know we're getting, like I said, into the nuances of all of this stuff, but that's what I'd be watching beyond price. Obviously, in price, I gave you my bull case, my bear case. Those are the other types of things you consider. Watch momentum, 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute seems to be struggling at that red to green move. 30 minutes seems to be struggling at the red to green move. Like I said, a big technical win is not just the bar crossing the 50 EMA on the 30 minute, but then taking out that bar's high. So I'd be watching the current intraday high. If we take that out, that is a big win in the short term in the bull camp, just from a purely stats perspective. We cross over, and then if we take out that high, if it's a big if is a big win. And then obviously I'd be playing it up to 50. If we keep going 75, then 800. If it gets rejected anywhere in there, look for the support at 25. If that doesn't hold, look for the pushback down to 700. Have the bull case, have the bear case, obviously play it accordingly. Pay attention to vol, pay attention to momentum, pay attention to options flow. That's the plan. Don't randomly guess. Don't just rip it with your gut. Use some sort of actual data and statistics to base these trades off of. Folks, that's what I have for you. Shout out to Funded Futures Network. Shout out to Vanquish. Shout out to everyone participating in the Payday Friday. If you are a winner, I'll be reaching out to you today, especially you, Crazy. I got to reach out to you. And on top of that, give you your cash. So look at your Twitter DMs today. I will be following up at some point. Be careful. Pay attention to your leverage. Please stick to your trading plan. Other than that, I hope you guys had a great week. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you have a phenomenal weekend. We'll be catching you later on this weekend with some update videos, and then we'll be streaming once again normally on Monday. That's what I have for you. Thanks for all the good vibes. Catch you guys later. Peace.